What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Brotanical Garden, episode 25.
Make sure you stay till the end of the podcast for a special announcement.
Please like and follow, and we will see you next time on the Brotanical Garden podcast. And 3, 2, 1, action!
Oh, yes!
Coming up in this week's episode.
She blacks out, her foot hits the pedal down to the ground.
My life sucks. I'm gonna sit in bed and watch Netflix.
Do you think people only want fame because of fortune?
It got really deep there.
And we're live. Just like that. Oh. Love that. What you got rocking?
A little strawberry guava. No, kiwi guava.
Kiwi guava. Two different. I actually tried the strawberry guava for the first time today.
I tried the strawberry lemonade for the first time today.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on strawberry lemonade?
It was pretty good. I mean, it was
pretty good.
Yeah, it was
tasted
okay.
like strawberry guava, right?
Strawberry lemonade, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was missing the I don't know.
It was missing something for sure. Yeah,
like a little bland, I guess.
It would be I'm not even gonna lie, it'd be kind of a low tier if we were talking tier list for Celsius.
Yeah.
Strawberry guava. Also, like, I don't know if I've ever had one that I haven't liked, though, to be fair, other than maybe the green tea ones. I'm not crazy.
Because they don't have the carbonation.
I don't know that kick, you know?
Yeah, have you ever had a guava? Like, by itself?
Or
ever even seen a guava?
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever had a guava.
I've never had a guava, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we do a fruit review.
We try all sorts of, like, pomegranates and pumpernickels and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's not
Yeah. What is a pumpernickel? Whoa, come on.
Okay, we're gonna have to...
dude, tell me about Theo, because you... Oh. And we're back. Hello, everyone, to the regular scheduled program. This is early. Oh, and we're back. Let's just roll it.
Welcome to the Brotanical Garden. To ensure nourishment to the saplings, make sure you spread your seed.
But no, I've only ever had a sisto. Never had a guava. That was so late, too. Did you even know what I was talking about?
No, yeah, but it was that bad. A guava? Okay. Isn't that what's in the...
A guava and a sisto?
Isn't a guava... Isn't that like in sunscreen or something? Some lotion? That's agave.
Agave. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what I went to a supermarket this morning. And
nice.
when I bought the bananas, I bought bananas this morning, supermarket.
Nice.
They were only $1 for a bunch. And so I guava full quotas. And she said they don't take change.
Wait, a store? Wait, you actually tried to pay for bananas with quarters?
It was a whole thing about a guava. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, are we off this?
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the supermarket, I actually went to the grocery store.
You went to Supermercado?
It was
nice.
It was the Mart of Walls. It was crazy.
I went to the Gets of Targs. Yeah, actually.
Yeah. That's a good.
Anyway, how was your...
There, is it a super? A super Gets of Tar? Mm-hmm. So it has like the full-fleshed, grocery.
Isn't it fledged? Say full-fleshed?
Well, I mean, fleshed out,
Yeah.
Is it fledged?
I think it's like FLEDG. Somebody needs to look this up.
Yeah.
Chartreuse?
Yeah, I mean,
can you
chartreuse.
Come on, like look.
Wait, chartreuse is over here, right?
Or is it full flushed?
Oh, no, I was no fleshed. I was meaning like fleshed out.
As in like skin, like pigment.
No, like I guess it's just
Fleshed.
the saying. I guess fully fleshed out. I was abbreviating the saying.
I always thought it was fledged.
I mean, that also sounds right.
Is that a thing? I could be. Hold on. Maybe we need to look this up. Just two idiots not knowing what the hell they're saying.
English is hard. Is it? But something that's fleshed out.
Okay, full-fledged is a thing. It means completely developed or established. I think that's what we were getting at.
That's what I was. Yeah.
And then full-fleshed.
Just really gotta like throw me under the bus here.
No, it means the same thing. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, so it's interchangeable.
No, it's not a thing.
Is it really? Dude, you could have just like left it. Let me feel
I
good
could have
about
just left
myself.
it. Yo, speaking of Celsius, by the way, sorry to hit the hard turn.
Speaking of flesh.
You remember that weird Celsius flavor I sent the picture of?
Yeah,
Is it like marshmallow or something like that?
Yeah, orange marshmallow.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder if it's out in stores.
Is it? Is that what you had this morning?
No, I just got this at the Get of Targs, and I'm gonna try it right now.
Fledged one. Fully fledged Target. Ooh,
that was like a little spritzer-y. Okay.
But I went to the Walmarts the other day.
Oh.
And is it bussin'?
Bro. Hold on.
Oh, could you imagine if you just like fuck you. Can you imagine if you just held it up to the camera and then I ripped one out of the screen?
Whoa.
Some high quality edits.
Yeah, do you want it real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Here, I'll hand it to you. Yep.
Okay.
Nice. Nice.
Whoa, dude. It's so good. It's totally... How is it, though? Like, can you taste the marshmallow?
Yes. It reminds me, have you ever had any Alani Nu products? They're
No.
So they're like, I would say right now they're the closest competitor to like the in the fitness energy drink industry. It's them.
Is it?
I don't know who owns Alani Nu, if that's what you mean. I think it started out as a female pre-workout drink. Like it was geared towards females, and there was like a pre-workout they made, and now they do like in the cans and stuff.
I thought it was. Didn't Addison Rae have a?
Maybe.
It's her. That's hers. Yeah, that's
it
her
is?
energy drink or whatever.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
It's her. Yeah, it's her drink or whatever.
So it's like okay.
Third time, I was out.
Yes, you were at Walmart. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm pretty old school. I make a list.
Nice.
Of things I need. Yeah,
that's cute. I like that.
And so I'm beat bopping down the aisles. I have my hands up like a cart right now, and you couldn't see
headphones.
It no, it didn't headphone this time.
All right.
Because so I'm doing my thing. It's
right.
packed. It's 5:30 after work, and I turn the corner and I'm looking at the most overpriced eggs I've ever seen.
Right.
And I'm checking them, and this old lady shuffles up to me. Like she's not walking. Like she's shuffling, scooting her feet. She's
and that's just so we're clarifying. It's not like the shuffle dance. She's not shuffling in that way.
No.
She's actually she's struggling.
Yeah. She's just shuffling, dragging her feet across.
Right.
And she looks lost. Like her face just has there's no idea she knows where she's at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of concerned because she no purse, no buggy. She's just walking or just scooting around with her little feet. And she comes up to me and she's like, do you know where the butter is? Just like looked at her. And I was like, I don't fucking work here. Get on with yourself.
Okay, what did you actually say?
I thought about it for a second and I was like, oh, it's right over there.
Yeah.
And because I could see it. And so she just shuffles away. Didn't say a word. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She had a lot of thoughts going on in her head that day or today, I guess.
I don't know. But so I finish up grabbing eggs and I grab some bacon, which was right next to the eggs.
Right.
And then like next on my list, I just turn around just, to go to like the direction I sent her, and I see her looking, how like, there was a door for the employees to go into. To the right of that door was the butter, which I pointed at. To the left side is where she was, not in front of the butter. And she's like looking at it, and then I see her turn to the left, which is the wrong direction. And I just kind of like, how did you get here, woman?
Yeah.
And so I walk up to her. I'm like, man, the butter's right there. And she just like, oh, and then shuffles away.
Like, no,
and she
thank
waddled
you or
away,
anything.
waddle.
Do it the very next day. Yeah. Dang, man.
So it begs the question, like, how do old people? You know what I'm talking about, though. You'll see the old person that's just like driving, and you're like, there's no way you know where you are right now.
How do they even operate? I don't know if it's just like a...
Well, I was worried because she didn't have anybody with her, or a buggy, or a purse, or anything. She was like, where's the butter?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I do get kind of concerned, too. And it's like, I don't know. I just feel like when people get to be that age, they need somebody to be with them. And hopefully I'm the kid who is a good person and like helps out my elderly parents when I'm older. But yeah, I mean, those people just should not be out in public on their own. Like for sure.
Do you think we should implement a law or whatever that once you hit a certain age, like every 5 years, you have to redo the driver's test?
Yeah, I actually do. I do think so. Because, yeah.
They're already fighting so many other complications in life. Their health is rapidly declining once you like get older, like into the 60s, 70s, 80s. And on top of that, you're driving a car, barely.
It is very subjective, though, depending on how you like take care of yourself. Because there are some people that are like 65 that like literally cannot do things on their own. And then there's people like my grandpa who's like 80 and he's like freaking doing 10-mile bike rides every day and shit like that.
Right. So like I think the the driver's test for them would be a breeze, but it's old Carol who can barely tell her left from her right, can't find the butter. She needs maybe she's heavily medicated. I don't know.
Yeah. She don't need some milk. She needs some butter.
Some butter. She said, "Do you know where the butter is?"
Poor soul.
It didn't help. She was like 5'3".
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I feel bad for him, but also like get off the roads, because like you're one fender bender from just cracking that skull in the front of the steering wheel.
You know the story I told you about Rachel's grandma, right?
No.
Okay, well I'm gonna tell you right now. Maybe you have heard it and you just forgot. Okay. So I have a story for you. Another thing backing up your point here. So, Rachel's grandma loves going shopping at like TJ Maxx and Target and stuff like that.
As she should.
But there are so many times when she just like, I don't know if she just gets into her little head and just isn't thinking, or if it's just old age or what, but she was by herself this particular day in her little Volkswagen Jetta, and she pulled into Target and is looking for a spot, and bless her heart, she pulled down one of the lanes in this parking lot and realized that it was actually a pedestrian walkway and not where you're supposed to be on the road. So, do you know that little walkway in between the two sides where you park at most Targets that'll just go down the center of the parking lot?
Yes.
She was driving on that. So, she freaks out.
People are scattering. Run!
She blacks out. She's that panicked. She blacks out. Her foot hits the pedal down to the ground. And she hit like 7 or 8 cars. Like she hit the front or like the whatever, like either the front or the back of the cars that are in the row. She just went boom, 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 boom. There was a person that had to dive out of the way.
Oh my God.
And so she got her license taken away, but like she just panicked so hard that she hit like
she's
and then bang, 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 dude. And so Rachel's brother is a police officer in the area in our hometown where this happened, and so they got security footage of everything, and so he was able to watch it. I don't know why we weren't able to watch it, but dude, just hilarious. And she's like,
can you imagine? He's the one that gets called to that scene. So we got an old lady passed out at the wheel. She just drilled 8 cars, and you pull up, and it's your grandmother.
He's like, grandma? Yeah, it was like, I don't know, because apparently she was totally fine, like when she woke up, but apparently like she almost hit somebody, and like she hit so many cars, and gosh. So I don't even know if insurance covers that or what, but that was just a
that's 8 different insurance companies that you have to deal with.
Yeah, and I think
different people's insurance.
I think she got lucky because she like totally had like the old lady card where everyone felt bad for her. But like if I were to have done that, oh God, people would be pissed at me. You know,
they'd be looking at you like, is he on drugs?
But yeah, exactly. Yes. Immediately it would be like he's either high or he's drunk. Like, you know,
and he's fentanyl be scary.
Yeah. So. Yeah, she had the old lady card, and I think not much happened from it other than a totaled car and license getting taken away.
Can you imagine she just...
Another thing, too, she was able to get her license back, like, so easy. I don't even think she had to do a driving test. She just had to do, like, a little written test, and she got it back, I think. So...
like, she wanted to get her license back?
Oh, yeah, because she loves driving around and shopping, like, you know, all day. So she's always getting little outfits for grandkids and stuff. So
she wakes up like from blacking out and just gets out and walks into shop. Just completely ignores.
She completely ignores. That actually sounds like some shit she would do. I'm not even kidding. Yeah.
Ends up in a parking spot just on top of another car, just at an angle. Yeah. Just I made it.
She's an amazing woman, but that was really rough. But just goes to show.
Most of them are, but like like old people should be. I mean, if we can't get a fucking test or like a law about acquiring guns, do you think we're really gonna pass the old lady driving test first? Probably not.
Probably not. That's true. But so hey,
it is what it is.
So I had a couple people really like your little questions, your fun little questions you asked me last time. And so I thought I would do us the favor in trying to extend that. So I have a couple questions for you. Okay. And it doesn't need to be too in depth. We could rattle them off, you know, but I think I have 2 and here they are. So here we go. Okay. Would you rather go back to age All right. It's been a really great...
All right. We'll see you next time, guys.
Okay. All right. Don't cut me off. I swear to God.
Yes, sir. Sorry, Dad.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know now everything... Wait, why did it say it in that wording? Basically, would you go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know everything about your future self and like everything you'll learn?
I'd rather go back to age 5 and know everything. Dude, I'd be hustling everybody on the playground.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or, yeah, because for me, it's like, I'm pretty adamant that I don't want to know anything about me in the future.
No, yeah. Like it could be pretty rough. You know, you don't know how your life's going to turn out.
Yeah, if it was completely Or maybe it's not specified. Maybe if you learn about your future, maybe you can take steps now to make sure it doesn't happen.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I guess it is up for interpretation on that part. It's like, oh, you're going to be divorced with 3 kids that don't want anything to do with you and you're drunk. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
Might as well.
but
just
like,
kill
what do you
myself
do
now.
with that information? Oh my gosh. What do you do with that information now, though?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
could
know.
you really
just-
like change anything drastic to where you don't make those decisions? Or like, do you have that realization, say 10 years in the future?
right?
It's like, oh, this is the moment where I probably fucked up and like turned my life into shit. Or it could be the opposite. You could know like, but then if you know that your life's going to turn out to be like great, maybe you hit the lottery or something. Like, does that make you like anxious about like fucking it up?
Yeah, that's true. Also, if you went back in time though, and you knew everything that you know now, I mean that includes like which companies are huge. Like, you would just immediately become a bajillionaire.
Yeah, because you know
If you
who's
played
winning
your
the Super
cards right.
Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go up to your dad, you're 6 years old. Hey, Dad, I think the Patriots are going to win this year.
Yeah.
It's like put down on life savings.
Put 70,000 down. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, like 6 years in advance, and that shit just turns into 80 bajillion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I definitely would go to 5, like 5 years old. It kind
But-
of reminds me of that show we just watched. Where
yeah. Exactly. Because that's such a great point. But yeah, that was I don't know, interesting question. But we lived good lives though. It's not like we lived like in
To this
poverty
point.
and shit like that. Like, I don't know if I would want to relive everything because I'm so happy
would.
with.
No,
would?
dude, but like childhood, like just being a kid and not having to like worry about anything.
But
You
then
would be 5 years old.
going through that, going through all of the hardships that we've been to like get to where we are now, though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking pretty much just college for me, but college
Dude,
was so
but like you would already
tricky.
know all that knowledge. So really it'd just be
Oh.
like a refresher. You really wouldn't have to do like you would relearn it a little bit because there's no way you retained every bit.
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
I would mostly relearn all of it. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
that's a good
retained
point.
very little, but
But you'd already
Yeah.
be a bajillionaire by that point, so you wouldn't even have to fucking do it.
yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, and everyone that's in my life now would still be in my life, like
Yeah.
then, because it's just reliving everything.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't have a set in
And then-
stone
yeah.
answer, but that's just a good food for thought conversation, I guess.
Yeah, dude, you'd be sniping the babes that, you thought they were ugly in middle school.
Yeah, you play the 500 IQ pro plays where you pick like the fat nerdy chick who turns out to be a 10 when she's 25. That sort of
Yeah,
deal.
the Victoria's Secret model. Yeah. And you're
Okay.
a bajillionaire. That's the
Next
biggest
question.
part. Like, you just know
That's the
everything.
biggest. Yeah. Okay. Would you rather wake up as a new random person every year and have full control of them for a whole year, or once a week spend a day inside of a stranger without having any control of them?
Both of those sound awful.
Yeah. So one, every single year you're a new random person, but you have full of control of them for a year, or once a week spend a day inside a stranger without having any control of them. So I think I think I'm picking the second one. I just could never see myself ever having an enjoyable life if I was I would be one of the most knowledgeable people on earth if I was a different person every year. But also, I wouldn't have any control of what I did. Would I even be a human at that point? I would just be a
But it's
soul.
like every day you're in somebody else's body, but you can't control. Like, what are you, just their conscience at that point? You're just like in
guess.
their brain. It's like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat that if I were you.
Hold on one
So it's
second.
just like, what? Oh my gosh, Theo. And we're back. Yeah, kick their ass. Get them. Do 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 do. Ba-da, ba-da.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
Yeah, so this is weird because it's like
So wait, what's the second? How's the second part read? So the first one is you get 1 year to be in somebody's body and control them.
Yeah. And then the second one is once a week you just spend 1 day inside of a stranger without any control. So
okay, it's only 1 day a week.
Yeah, so there's benefits to that in a way. So like, if you were able to figure out that stranger, you would be able to.
You
basically
can't because it's a stranger.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if you were like them for a whole day, you would obviously know their name and where they lived and what they did. And
right, you
but
could wake up one day and be in Germany, and you're like in a German person's body and have no idea what anybody's saying, with no control.
That's true. How would that benefit you, though?
It wouldn't. I don't think it would. But also, you could wake up in like a German person's body for a year and have full control. Yeah. And so like, you don't know how to speak the language, that would suck. But also at that point, you're just playing GTA.
Right.
For a year.
Like, how would you ever like start a life? You would never start a life. Your life would be completely different every single year for the rest of your life.
You cease to exist, basically.
Yeah, you're not even. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, I don't know.
you just spawn into different. I mean, New Year's would be crazy. It's like 3, 2, 1, and then you just collapse.
Yeah,
you collapse.
And then you celebrate as a new person with new people on a different part of the earth.
That you have, you have no idea.
Plus, like, think about the percentage of being inside of an unsuccessful person's body for a year. I mean, it's so high.
You're really rolling the dice.
Yeah. I mean, there's like
it may not even be an English speaking person.
Yeah, it may be somebody that's like poverty stricken too, that you have to do a whole year in their body.
So if you just off yourself, do you get a new body? Or are you just dead the rest of the year?
You just hit a hard reset.
Yeah.
You just keep you toggle through until you find one you like. No, I think I'd have to go. You're right.
Is it male or female?
It does say random person, so I think it doesn't really matter.
I would want to experience life as a woman. Just, living life on easy mode. Triggered. Everyone's triggered.
Nightmare.
That's my favorite fucking video ever.
You gotta go with the 1 day a week, right?
Yeah, I think so. Which in a way would still be fun because it's just 1 day. And like you still have I guess you're in a coma for a day, so that probably freaks everybody out. But is it the same day? Can we say like every day's Tuesday? Like that's your
sure, yeah.
Oh, Clay can't come to work tomorrow. It's Tuesday. He's gonna be in somebody else's body.
Yeah.
But then also you could really mess up that other person's life for
one day. They come back and they're like, what? Yeah, you could do like oh shoot, what's the Hangover type shit? Where they just wake up and they're like, what just happened?
What happened?
There's a tiger.
It's like, how did
apartment.
I get here? Who's this person next to me?
Oh, wait. Wait, did you say mess them up for a year or mess them up for...
No, just for a day. You could really do some damage in a day.
The thing is, you have no control of them in that day.
That's a good point. So really, you could be their conscience and just fuck
with
them all day.
You're just spectating a first person... like...
It's like you're playing Sims in first person.
Yeah.
But not really, because you can't control them.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be funny, though. Be like, make a left here. Or, like, go talk to that person. They have $100 to give you. And then they just get punched. Quit fucking talking to me, dude.
Yeah, I wonder if you could just, like, as a conscience, just kind of roll some subtle hints in there. Like,
no, it's like you say, it's like, don't freak out, but I'm God. And they're just like,
what? Now go. Oh,
he's gonna sacrifice himself. Okay, let's move on. I think we've fully fleshed that one out.
Okay, moving on. So, this is not really the same sort of format, but it's a shower thought. I had a shower thought. So when people say fame, like, would you rather have fame or fortune? For me, my first thought is I would rather have fame. But then I was thinking about it more. Do you think people only want fame because of fortune? Or do you think there are people, because like, say you were famous, very famous, but you weren't allowed to accrue any sort of money at all from people knowing who you were. Like,
okay.
Like, do you think if that was the case, do you think if that's the case, anyone would choose fame over fortune?
No.
Because there are some people that like just want to be recognized. They want their attention seekers.
They love the attention. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like that's why they would say fame, because like they don't really care about the money. They just want people to say like, "Oh, look, it's this person," you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But for me, I think my initial thought was like fame, and then somebody would be like, "Well, why?" And then I would be like, "Oh, because then like I could, you know, make money on YouTube or something like that."
Yeah, I mean, I guess the reality is like fame equals fortune.
Yeah,
Like,
well, especially these days. Yeah.
Yeah, but also, I don't know. I guess you could be influential if you're famous to like make the world a better place, like Mr. Beast, or like go that route.
Yeah.
Or if you just truly desire all eyes on you at all times, and then that would satisfy that need for sure. But fortune, like obviously, you know, the common saying, money buys happiness, or money buys you happiness. Yeah, it doesn't. It buys you freedom.
Yeah.
Like it should be, you know, money buys you freedom, because then you don't have to like worry about expenses and whatnot. You just got to manage it properly, and then you know, can find happiness that way. Kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely pick fortune.
I think it's healthy for. I was just kind of thinking about all of the people at the top, as far as like in their industry, and all of the people that like have gotten to be where they want to be and have all the money they could ever ask for. I think a lot of those people are some of like the most mentally messed up people. Like, I think that there's something healthy about striving for more, to the point where once you have everything, it kind of fucks you up a little bit in your mind. There are so many people that like can't fill the void inside of them because they already have everything that like they could ever ask for. And
yeah, it's probably like person to person though. Like each person's different in that aspect.
You're right.
But I totally see where you're coming from. Like if you've already acquired everything you aspired, like trying to find a new goal to like work towards is probably pretty difficult. Like when you have like millions of dollars and all the fame and stuff. But I guess the hardest part of that is staying at the top of your industry. So like saying like athletes or like music artists, like just being able to have longevity in like a space or like a craft is, you know, impressive in itself. Like you see so many one and dones in like the music industry, like one hit wonders.
Well, yeah, I think that it would be healthy. This could borderline be technically considered as like a political statement. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to say that technically, I think it would be more healthy for everybody if, like, I don't know the stat, but I know it's something crazy like 1% of America has like 90% of the like wealth. Like as far as like they're like everyone that is famous has a ridiculous amount of money that like. Yeah, I think there would be more competition at staying on the top of your industry if they got paid less, because they'd want more. They'd want to be able to strive to do better, to get more money and stuff like that. But I feel like there's less strive to do so when they have as much money as they already have.
I guess the only like thing that I could relate to that based on my knowledge is like athletes,
Yeah.
especially like NFL quarterbacks. No, I mean they always, want more money.
Yeah.
Just because they value themselves very highly and they think
Right.
like they're the best and at their craft. So they're like, give me more money than that guy because I think I'm better than that guy, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if, I mean, yes, paying them less would either
Do you
fully
think-
motivate them or,
Yeah.
make them be like, nah, F this. Like, I
think
know
at the-
my worth.
Yeah.
That kind of deal.
At the end of the day, it just really matters, I guess, if you're passionate about actually what you do or if you're only there for the money. Because if you're passionate about what you do, you're going to be motivated to be better regardless of the money. Because, you're trying to
And
better
you see
yourself.
that.
And you do, especially with sports. I was kind of more talking about like
These CEO
the music,
billionaires.
the music industry and like CEO billionaires and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I think I don't know. They just kind of played their cards right, and they were in the right space, the right time,
yeah.
and they blew up because of it. And then, at that point, morally, do they really have to even try anymore?
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's probably a lot of stuff that the general public doesn't know anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, we truly don't know how Jeff Bezos, handles his day-to-day business at all.
No.
Yeah.
No, it
or
doesn't.
like-
It doesn't even. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. I don't think he could just. I feel like he could just do whatever he wanted. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, once you hit a threshold of like X amount of money, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Within the legal system.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's the part that's kind of fucked up is if you have X amount of money, you kind of can just beat the legal system by, using that wealth.
Try to turn this light off and see if it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, my lighting is still fine. Okay, we're
Yeah.
good.
I never doubted you.
Thank you. Okay, I have a kind of an obvious. If you want me to keep rolling, I will keep rolling. If there's anything you want to bring up, though, you just freaking get after it.
No, this is you're driving the boat today.
Okay. All right. I just have like
All
little.
I had was like old people, and that was it. Old people
Okay.
slander. That's all I brought to the table today.
Okay. All right. So, seeing it's like somewhat the beginning of the year. I mean, second month. We're just just got a month in. So, what do you think? What do you think gets people to the gym? Do you think that it is seeking here, let me find a good way to say this.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people go to the gym or start going back to the gym for their mental health? Do you think that it's from seeing their own physical aesthetic? Or do you think it's from when they see other people's physical aesthetic? What do you think is the top reason that people would go to the gym?
Maybe like a combination of the last two, but I think it's I would think it's mostly like their own personal image of like their physical, like, oh my gosh, I'm so fat, I need to lose weight, so I need to go to the gym. And they think it's that simple of a, equation. Go to gym, work out, become skinny. And, obviously there's much more to that. I think the biggest thing is people's eating habits rather than like their actual physical exercise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like personally, I was going to say, what makes you feel like you need to go to the gym? Personally, I would love to say that it's like looking at myself and like seeing that I know I'm not where I want to be, but I wouldn't have any reference on where I wanted to be without looking at someone else and being like, oh, that's what I want to look like. So I definitely have that sort of thing. And I think the only thing that kind of like keeps me going to the gym is like the mental side of it. Cause like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about feeling like super sore the next day that makes me want to keep going back. Cause it makes me feel like, all right, I've already invested this amount of physical energy.
Yeah.
I feel like crap. Let's keep on going. But I definitely think for me, if I had to pick one of them, it's got, especially with social media and all these people that you see with just these like unrealistic builds. It's like when I see other people, that's when what about you? What about you?
I don't look at somebody and be like, oh, I want that body. It's just never really, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not envious of that person that's like super ripped. Do I want to be like fit and in shape? Of course, I think everybody does. But
yeah,
I guess the biggest thing for me is I've always been like the tall or like the lanky, skinny kid growing up. And so, and like putting on weight, like growing up was awfully hard. And still to this point, like I don't really have ever hit that point to where I was like, oh, I'm, in peak physical condition, like to where I could be my best.
right.
And so that's like produced like this gym anxiety kind of to me. And so that's what is the hardest for me, like is actually going to the gym in general. Like being like on a consistent basis, just because of like gym anxiety. It's like, oh, I know people are gonna be looking at me and like, oh, he's like weak or whatever, and that's what.
No, yeah, I mean,
that's what hinders me.
I feel really confident in like knowing what to do to better my body, and still, even I feel that. I feel that all the time. Even, like it's very easy, which is sad and unfortunate, but it's just the truth. It's very easy for me to feel, or I guess everybody to feel kind of like insecure about themselves, regardless of who is looking. Like it could be a little 12-year-old kid.
Oh, those are the worst though.
That looks at you and is just like, what is he doing? And like even that could like hinder me. So I don't know.
12-year-olds are the worst though, like middle school kids, because they tell you how it is. Like, that dude's legs look funny. You'd be like, I have funny looking legs? The fuck? Like, I didn't know this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what? So yeah, I don't know. It's a good, I think probably majority of people probably suffer from all three of those aspects, like mental, physical, and like jealousy, just about the gym in general. And some people probably have no desire to go to the gym.
Yeah,
and that's okay. Like, I mean,
and that's totally fine. Yeah.
that are comfortable in their own skin and like how they look. And man, you're really just like
lights back on. Sorry, I can't figure out the perfect. It's gonna have to. We're just gonna go with this.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of the times I hate to like kind of. I don't know. A lot of the times when I hear people complain about themselves and how they need to get back in the gym, I swear all the time it is like girls that hang out with other girls and they're like, oh my god, I'm fat, I need to go to the gym, even though they're like not at all fat.
They're like it's a $110.
Yeah, everybody else is a buck and they just feel like they need to like lose weight. It's just like, I hear it all the time.
That's definitely mental.
That's
mental for sure. But
anyway, this kind of goes because I'm kind of struggling with this a little bit, as much as I don't like to admit it.
Hemorrhoids? Oh.
Shingles, actually. No.
Oh, shingles. Those dastardly devils.
What is a good way for you? And we've kind of already had a pod talk about this, but how do you find the best way to be consistent? Is maybe in the gym, maybe with other things that you feel like you need to improve on, but it's the beginning of the year. Everyone has these New Year's resolutions. What do you think is the best way that you stay consistent and can like improve yourself on things that maybe you don't want to do?
I don't fucking know.
you don't have a good like.
Who am I to tell someone how to, be consistent? Like, I don't.
So I guess
consistent in much of anything.
Yeah, I guess the best is like everyone needs to find their own thing. Maybe it's not nobody has.
Are you talking like an extracurricular like activity or like getting up for like work in the morning? I'm pretty consistent at that.
Okay.
Wiping when I shit, I'm really good at that.
So
washing
when you
my
wake
hands
up
after those, like.
Have you have you ever struggled with something and actually over time like gotten to a point where you don't struggle with it anymore?
Damn. No. Yes. Nothing really comes to mind.
Yeah.
Like struggle with like doing a task or like.
Like a bad habit or like something that you wanted to change. Have you ever should I'll take the floor if you want. Okay.
Yeah, I guess like it's more mental though. That's the first thing I could think of is like just
like
having
putting yourself in a better mental space.
Yeah, like negatively thinking just about not only like just certain situations, just constantly. I guess like self-degrading, not only in the bedroom, just like constantly. So probably that, like just having a different outlook on like looking at the bigger picture rather than just focusing like it through a microscope on like each individual day. Just like look at it in a broader spectrum, be like, hey, dude, it's not the end of the world. Like this one week did suck, and the week before that, and the week before that, like, you know, life's pretty shitty right now, but hey, you got like 36 more years to go, hopefully more, you know. And it's like there's no reason to dwell on this one certain, you know, issue. And so just trying to like force yourself to like be more positive, which is very difficult for anyone. Yeah. It's like just don't dwell on that and like just be shitty all the time. Just like, my life sucks. I'm gonna sit in bed and watch Netflix and scroll through TikTok and melt my life away. It's like, no, like you don't have to get up and go like run or like do an activity. Just, you know, just pick yourself up like mentally.
Changing is so freaking hard. Like the only way I've ever been able to. So the first thing that I never can quite get through my head is like, if you want something to happen, but you're not willing to take the steps to make it happen, it's not going to happen. Like for me, like I wanted, like back in college, I vaped and stuff, and
gross, dude.
Dude, vaping is freaking sick, dude. The clout. No, I'm just kidding.
You look like the skater dude that probably rides around on a skateboard with a fat rig.
And for me, like, it was one, who I surrounded myself with, two, actually wanting to change versus saying that I was saying that I wanted to change versus actually wanting to change.
Oh, yeah.
And like, when I got like my new job, I was in an environment with people that didn't do that and people that frowned upon that, like that thought that was just like not cool or even acceptable.
Fucking
and like,
losers.
And like when you exactly, and when you like are around people that totally accept what you're doing, you feel like you don't have to necessarily change it. Like,
wait, back it up. So like it's frowned upon, but like you do want to change it, but you don't because you become accepted in that space.
It's like, no, what I'm getting at is like college roommates and stuff like that.
Well, it's also a different time.
Right. Regardless if they did it or not, regardless if they like did it or not, if they were okay with that habit, if they thought it was like, you know, neutral, if they were either neutral or for that, it wasn't going to change for me.
I don't know if I've ever met somebody that's like, dude, you gotta vape, dude. Always.
No, I know.
I don't think I've ever met anybody for vaping. Unless like you're a chronic like chain smoker, like on cigarettes, then vape, go for it.
But it was like the thing. If I went to a party, somebody had a vape, so it was like I kind of felt like I was just another person in the party. But then you change your environment and you get into an area where nobody does that, and so you would feel really weird in that environment to like get out a vape and do it. And so like,
I totally know what you mean.
That's when you like kind of change your mindset on like, maybe this is something I definitely don't want to do because nobody else is doing it. I feel like an idiot doing it. And I don't know. There was no way for me to change until I like was put myself in a different environment with different people.
Yeah, and I think like new challenge, like new job, for instance, or like a new like scene or setting, is like the perfect time. Like a new life event is the perfect time to like make any changes that you want to make with yourself. Just like resetting your routine. It's like, oh, on, every 3 days I stop at the gas station to buy a new vape. It's like, well, now I drive to work a different way because I have a new job. So it's like, maybe I don't make that stop anymore. But dude, nicotine is like the worst. Is the worst thing to like quit or try to.
Yeah.
The withdrawals be real.
I think it's definitely like, it's kind of
How's
goes
that
the
zen
same.
in your mouth?
It kind of goes in the same light. It's like if you're surrounded with people who accept what you're doing, then you're probably not going to change your habit. If there was something that I did that you also did,
yeah, but you should never like look to the people. Well, obviously, people around, like having positive people around you, obviously is good and will help change. But just because of who's around you shouldn't dictate whether you change or not. It
shouldn't, but it does. I guess it's different person to person, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's just totally like, yeah, I don't know. This is getting really like,
thanks for coming to the Brotanical therapy session.
Yeah, the Brotanical Pact.
Right.
So anyway,
garden therapy session.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to conclude what we were trying to talk about, but I guess in the end, different people can overcome things differently.
Hey man,
but you just gotta find
strokes for different folks.
You gotta just find your thing and figure out what works, and then just try to repeat it for everything that you want to change about yourself. Okay, moving on. This is
Routines.
the last thing I have for you today, and it's a much lighter note. Okay, so if you had the ability to decide the material that your worst enemy's clothing would be for the rest of their lives,
oh God,
what material would you pick? And right off the rip, I'm thinking ball sack material.
Like foreskin?
Like, yeah, like, well, just not even foreskin, but just like that wrinkly, thin skin that resides, yeah. The actual sack. Imagine that. That would be bad. Or would that be actually might actually be kind of comfortable now that I think about it.
Yeah, I was like, the first thing I thought of was like sandpaper.
Okay. What if?
Like, there's no way you can run if you're wearing sandpaper. Dude, you just get chafed everywhere.
Oh, sandpaper would suck. That's a pretty good one.
You literally just chafed everywhere.
All right,
you wouldn't even have a scrotum.
Imagine like the first millimeter of thickness on a chalkboard that's been used and then erased multiple times.
Okay.
That first layer. Imagine like touching your clothing. You know that like
just always having chalk dust on you?
Well, that nasty, like the scratching a chalkboard sort of thing. Has that ever been a thing that gets to you?
Yes, I hate it. Oh yeah.
Okay. Imagine like just scratching your body with that chalky, hard sort of feeling on all of your clothing.
Mm-hmm. Also, like sheet metal just doesn't bend. You're like locked in as like a T-pose or whatever. Yeah. So you can't bend your arms or your legs. You just kind of straight leg walk everywhere. Either that or rubber. Just like a balloon.
Yeah, that would like pull your hairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe like, I don't know, like what about wet rubber? It's just always wet on the inside.
It's just always wet. So you're just, I don't know, that would maybe kind of nice.
I don't know, because you won't have any breathability. So it'll probably get wet whether you start it wet or not. It's going to get gross.
It's a good point. Yeah, you just get all musty and dusty. Ooh, hair. Just human hair. That would be the worst. Oh, voice crack.
Yeah, it's like going to the corner of your room, putting some duct tape down in the crack and then
No.
ripping it off and just having that as the material.
No, but it's not even your hair. It's like
it's
you're out of
other-
sports clips. It's like you go through the trash can at a sports clips and just like weave a shirt out of that. That's what you wear for the day. I mean, it'd be different colors and stuff, different textures, but regardless, that's gonna itch.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah. Did you ever see that snippet of that hilarious guy? I don't know. He's like kind of a little country sounding. He's got blonde hair. I think he's got his own podcast. He's just hilarious. But he was actually talking about, you would know him if you saw him. I just forget his name. But he was...
Oh, Daryl?
I mean, that sounds right.
I know it's not right. There's no way.
He's talking about making a... This is out of left. He was talking about the best material to make moccasins out of. Talking about a ball sack material.
No, I think they already pretty much nailed the best, like, sheep wool is like moccasin or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. But anyway, that's really that's everything I got for you.
Hey man, that's a pod right there.
Yeah, we just kind of
it
went
got
through
really
the
deep
ringer.
there.
It got deep for a second. It got weird. It got wild. No, I don't mind it. I really don't mind
I don't
it.
either. But I mean, I hope everybody enjoyed it. I mean, I hope we didn't really put you in the lows, self-reflecting and just be like, damn, I really need to change the way I live.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did bring up some good points, but yeah, I guess we could pinch it off here.
Little PIO.
A little PIO and
PIO.
PO. Pinch it off.
Oh
and
my gosh.
Push it out.
Dude.
But if you guys enjoyed, please like, follow, and we have an announcement.
Yes, we do. Would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, I mean, we should put our faces back on the screen because everybody's already left by now.
No, let's just come back really quick. Really quick.
Hey.
Hey.
So next week, Saturday, February 11th, at approximately 5 to 9 p.m. Don't know what time we're starting. We will be doing the first ever live podcast here on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube and you're on Spotify, look for our link in the description below. We will be on YouTube live next Saturday, February 11th. We will be doing a podcast as usual, maybe a little extended. Come in, ask us some questions. We'll be doing some fun challenges, games, talking about all kinds of shit. We'll be drinking, obviously.
Yeah.
And yeah, just come by, have a good time, hang out. If not, fuck you. Okay, so we're done.
Hey, quick question. When is the Super Bowl?
Next Sunday, the 12th.
So it's the day after the pod. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
Without further ado, please leave a like and follow, and I retract my fuck you because I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Kevin, get us out of here.
Let's get us out of here. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
Goodbye.